So about 2 years ago, we put in this circular slide that comes off of the side of our house, and the kids really love it. But one of the problems is that it's sagging. A circular slide like this is really just a large spring. The slide originally only came with enough pieces to come off of like a 7-foot play structure, but it actually falls about 11 feet right here, so we had to buy extra pieces to make it descend that extra distance. So that extra weight is just adding to the problem. Also, when the kids slide down the slide, and even when the adults go down, it tends to slop back and forth way too much for comfort. So the solution, I believe, is to put a support that's going to connect this slide to the ground. It's going to keep it from slopping back and forth. But I also need to jack it up just a little bit. This is a standard post hole. It goes down about 3 feet. And I'm going to anchor the slide to this point and then attach it up right there. Okay, so instead of just putting the post right there in the ground, I'm going to put a little bit of concrete down in the hole and let that set so that my post and the plate on the bottom of my post has something to push against. Okay, this pipe here is the support that's going to be cemented into the ground. And I'm going to weld the plate down on the bottom after I measure and cut it off. Let me show you how this side works, the sort of the business end of the connection. Okay. This outside tube is 2.5 inch. This second tube is 2 inch. And then there's a tube on the inside that's welded. They're all welded together, and the inside one is 1 5/8. Okay. This bracket right here was made to attach to the bottom side of the slide and bolt up with the holes that are there. Okay. And then this slides in here like so. Now using these Acme threads, I'm going to be able to jack up the this spearheaded side away from the ground, and it's separated by this coupling, this nut that's been I brazed this cast iron Acme nut to this pipe. Okay, so how that works is this threads on here like this. Okay. Now this comes in here like so. Now once I've got that cemented in the ground and this lower portion is good and solid, then what I can do is I can put a pipe wrench on this and turn this, which is going to either raise or lower. So I'm going to be wanting to raise it. So I'm going to be cranking it that way. And it's going to be moving this spearheaded section that bolts up to the slide away from the ground. And I think aesthetically it's as good as I could have done without brazing this tube here to this nut. Then the Acme threads would be exposed on this top side. So I think it's probably just as good as I could have done given the circumstances. And right there is bottomed out. That's as short as I can make it. Now from the concrete that I poured in the ground for the base up to the point, I measured 91 inches. So I'm going to go 91.5. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off at 91 inches, and weld the plate on the bottom. So there are, you can see the 3 layers that make up this post. The outside 2 layers I just recently purchased, and the inside one I just had laying around. It's a stock that we use for making custom scaffoldings when we need to do that for work. Okay, the concrete has been curing for a couple days. So here comes the moment of truth. I'm just gonna jack this up. Here I come. Woo! I think that's gonna do.